tell us about Insurepay and what you're building over there. And what is interesting, and I want to tell everyone watching this, is that Insurepay started in April 2020. To me, this is very it also talks about entrepreneurs, it also talks about India, and it also talks about startups, that it is unrelenting. And then we want to understand from KK, what is he building at Insurepay? KK, over to you.
Yeah. So the reason why this Insurpace was born is pretty simple. When you look at India economy, right, it's basically majority is still emerging economy. Most of the people in the bottom of the pyramid, lower middle class and middle class family. This is what drives India, right? And fundamentally, insurance is a very, very important financial decision which every single human being should have. And the irony in this great country is that while a motor insurance is mandatory, but a life insurance is by choice, right? And fundamentally, if you are a breadwinner and God forbid anything happens to you, whether you get into hospitalization or whether something happens to you, that's where you realize that the importance of insurance is missing. We thought, how can we encourage, while there are millions of people out there who are selling insurance to you, we thought, how can we play a catalyst role wherein we automatically encourage you without directly incentivizing you? Because as per regulation, we cannot give you a direct benefit, right? And since we are not a participant to the distribution, so what we have done is that we created an ecosystem of 25,000 plus partner brands who are willing to give you exclusive deals, discounts, experiences, and offers, right from your life to your lifestyle requirements. Just because one simple thing, you are a responsible person who is basically paying premiums on time. And that responsibility has to be gratified, notified, and encouraged. That is what Insurpace is trying to do.
KK, one question I had is that, when I hear the model, somewhere it also reminds me in some way of what Cred is doing at a macro level, right? Rewarding positive behavior. Do you see that, incentivizing people on positive behavior as a strong business mode?
See, I firmly believe, Shradha, that it's all important that if you're able to bring that positive change in millions of people out there, right? I believe you have actually created a value which is unprecedented, right? Rest of all the things in terms of business model, revenues, and everything is a byproduct of it. Fundamentally, what drives and encourages an entrepreneur like for example, me is pretty simple. How can I bring that smile on a person's face or a family's face, right? By whatever small effort or contribution we at insurepays.com are trying to do, right? And as you rightly said, while Cred is doing a great job, right, for facilitating you to pay your credit card bills, right? We believe we are doing much more larger impact also, because one side we are encouraging you to subscribe to a right insurance, because most of the people buy when you renew your motor insurance, you end up buying a third party insurance alone. But you all know that comprehensive insurance is basically much more important. And why we do this decision is primarily because we want to save that 2,000-3,000 rupees of premium, right? When we go and buy a health insurance, we end up buying 5 lakhs, 7 lakhs, 10 lakh rupees of insurance, health cover. But we all know, unfortunately, if anyone gets into a hospital for any kind of a treatment, that's where you realize that 7 lakhs, 10 lakh rupees is of no use, right? And second, fundamentally, when you buy an insurance, you need something in a present value to keep you encouraging to pay that premium year on year for the tenure that you have opted for. The irony is that when you close a home loan or a personal loan or a car loan before an exact tenure of that loan, you basically get recognized and rewarded by improving your bureau score, right? But there is no such provision available for a contract like insurance, which is much more critical in everyone's life and much more long-term in everyone's life. We are trying to bring that value proposition to the customers outside who have already bought an insurance policy or who are sitting on the fence and thinking whether to buy an insurance or not to buy an insurance just because the premium outgo can basically cause a dent on their present lifestyle. With Insurpays, your present lifestyle is not impacted because you get the premium back in terms of value back, and your future is also not compromised, and complete freedom and flexibility to buy from anyone, anywhere, pay the premium through any mode. Just come and upload the receipt and you stand to earn the premium equivalent value back points.
I have to ask you that this is such a win-win business, high impact win business. Uh, uh, I have to ask you the question, which I'm sure many people watching would have. How are you looking at revenue and monetizing?
Wonderful. Thank you so much for thinking about us as well. Right. So, yeah. So, Shradha, the revenue model is pretty simple as of now. When it comes to the millions of policyholders, it's a completely free ecosystem. There is no hidden terms, right? Our revenue is a function of what we make from the brands partners out there. So if we contribute a customer who pays the premium on time, and if this same customer goes to, say, for example, Myntra, Amazon, Shopper Stop, Big Bazaar, Big Basket, Milk Basket, whatever it is, right? Or an Apollo diagnostic for that matter, right? We make a blended small amount of revenue from my partner brands. As of today, that's my revenue model, right? But as I travel this journey and create a healthy, transparent, frictionless, seamless ecosystem for millions of policyholders out there, right? One thing for sure is going to happen. We are not in the business of selling your data to any other insurance distributor. That is not our focus area. We are here to make revenue because we have to survive and continue to service the customers. Hence, our revenue model is straight away derived from a subscription fee and a transaction fee that we derive from the partner brands.
The other question I had is, again, sorry to borrow this from whatever one is seeing in the market, is that if the model that you have, you can also put it in the home loan category, right? Home loan, rentals. So basically, you're rewarding good behavior for high impact. Yeah,
that's right.
So are you planning to do that?
No, Shradha, I believe this is enough life for me to take care of, because $240 billion is the under insurance market, right? And we are speaking about $120 billion of gross premium, which was collected in FY 1920. Even if I can reach 1% of this and impact is created, I feel I've done justice to my parents for giving me this birth. That's the sole purpose what we are trying to solve. We want to be focused for insurance because hardly anyone is taking care of people after they buy the insurance. We want to be a services-driven, technology-focused, customer value-driven Insurtech platform, and that's our goal.
KK, you have to tell me, from being a successful banker to being an entrepreneur, bankers generally don't take risks, no? Like, how come you decided to start up?
Yeah. So, Shradha, just to give you background, I'm basically an engineering graduate and alumni of IIM plus ISB, right? When I started my career, and I come from a small middle-class Marwadi family, so business perhaps runs in the blood, right? It's in our genes. And when I started my professional career, there was always a friction from my parents as well, because of course my father wanted me to join his business, but I always wanted to create an impact business which can touch millions of people out there. That's always been the driving force for me. But if you look at my entire career also, Shradha, I've always been a trendsetter, a radical, a Naxalite, or a person who never follows what the industry has been following. You might call me any which ways, right? When I worked with ICICI, I have 17 national records, 1 Guinness Book of World Record. When I worked with Yes Bank, I was the first recipient of CEO trophy from Mr. Rana Kapoor. Then I moved out and joined Nagarjuna Constructions. I handled Asia's largest public-private partnership residential township, wherein I was the first person to introduce zero EMI, pre-EMI into this country. So I've always been driven and excited about numbers. How can I challenge the existing ecosystem? How can I bring more efficiency into the system so that customer is at large value? That has been the driving force. Hence, in 2015, if you look out, I left my professional career, started building something called as an NBFC P2P today called as anytimeloan.in. We are world's first on-demand peer-to-peer lending platform, quite different from what a normal traditional peer-to-peer lending is, right? So you can understand from my entire life of last 15, 16 years, I have always been a radical, trying to do something different because I'm not a scientist. An engineer would always love to do same thing, but differently. And that's what excites me.
Why did you choose insurance as a category? You could have chosen, and then this space, because you could choose so many different spaces.
Right. Right. So there are multiple reasons for it. I would start with one of them. See, today, the dilemma of millions of Indians out there is, shall I take care of my futures or shall I take care of my present? Majority of Indians end up their life in this two decisions. They have to either take care of present or they have to take care of future. I thought, how can I solve this biggest challenge and encourage people to take care of their future? And I play the catalyst role in a small way to assure their present without impacting their financials, right? When a person starts buying an insurance in his or her first career and then gets up into marriage and then kids and then the education, then the car loan, then the home loan, suddenly when you buy an insurance, when you start your first job, it takes suddenly a fourth or a fifth seat or backstage because your liabilities or priorities are changing, right? And that's where most of the people drop out of the insurance product, or most of the people never buy the insurance product, right? We have got so many insurance products available from LIC of India, Oriental Insurance, other private insurance companies are concerned. Over 25 million agents are working around to sell insurance policies. Fundamentally, why people don't buy insurance? You take my example, I have spent 15 years into financial services, and I was very candid. I have never subscribed to insurance. The reason was, I believe in the value of insurance, but somewhere I always was believing, if nothing happens to me, what is going to happen to the hard-earned premium which I'm paying to the insurance companies, right? And that is the answer which I was trying to figure out. And that's where Insurpage comes into play. Second, what happens is that there are so many platforms out there into the market right now who allows you to compare various insurance products primarily based on price. I don't think you're buying a garment or you are buying a cosmetic product. You are buying one of the most critical product for your entire life, not just within life, but beyond life as well. A decision to buy an insurance fundamentally on price, somewhere I'm not a subscriber to that, right?
Yeah.
And how can I answer that? The answer to that is, if I can remove that price element from the mindset of a consumer and shift that mindset to value of the insurance product, I feel people will make a rightful decision for buying an insurance which goes with their lifestyle. And we want to be that. Today, when you look out, there is a bureau score for your timely repayment of loans. Why is not there a central repository for timely repayment of premiums? Who is more sensible? Who is more responsible? Of course, a person who is paying premium on time. There is no instrument who can basically work and turn around to gratify millions of people who have been paying premiums on time. And that's what the problem we are trying to address, Shradha.
I'm sure many people will try to enter this space. Many people who are in the positive, rewarding space will try to diversify in your space. How are you planning to stay ahead? How are you planning to accelerate? How are you planning to go to the consumers, your GTM, to get as many consumers in the country in a fast way?
So, Shradha, as I rightly said earlier, right, this market is so huge. And more the people, the merrier it will become, because education is important in this great country, and everyone knows financial literacy is pathetic in this country, right? We can speak about science, biology, maths, but fundamentally I believe everyone should be financially literate if we ever imagine to become a developed economy in next 5, 7, 10 years, right? And that's what is important. I would welcome many people to join this race. Now, the next question which you have asked in our GTM strategy. So if you look out on 4th of November, and yesterday we concluded this, we launched India's first ever largest insurance focused festival, called as insurepayleague.com. It is not there across the planet. And I'm very optimistic. To my limited knowledge, a model of insurepays.com does not exist in this world, right? So this is India's first for the world. That's what we have started to do that. In insurepayleague.com, when we started, Shradha, from 4th November to culminated on yesterday, we got over 100,000 registered users in a span of 6 days who have earned more than 100 crores in the form of gift vouchers. So what we did in Insurpace League is that this was our education initiative. What we did is that on a daily basis from 4th to 12th, whoever signs up or registers for free on insurepage.com will be eligible without any terms and conditions for a 9,100 rupees plus consolidated gift voucher from 24 partner brands, which includes Amazon, Myntra, Agio, uh, Tata Click, Apollo, Housejoy, Eros Now, Z5, all these brands which everyone would love to relate and consume on a daily basis. So when you sign up for these last 6 days, you get 9,100 rupees as a gift voucher. This is on top of discounts. It's a virtual cash. So you got 9,100 rupees, and the validity of this 9,100 gift voucher was up to 31st of March 2021. So it's not that you have to buy today. That's the beauty on that. So no TNCs. Second, what we have done, because of the kind of response we have received, we have decided that this Insurpace League, we are going to continue till 30th of March 2020 now. So now people who are going to register even today or till 30th of November are going to earn 9,100 rupees for free gift vouchers from these 24 partner brands, which I just referred to, on top of premium equivalent worth value back points, right? This is the first GTM, and it was probably one of the best ever campaign which we tried to launch. You would have seen us carried ourselves across all the print and digital medias, right? Got a tremendous encouragement. We have received so many calls, so many emails from policyholders thanking us for thinking about them, right? And nothing is more valuable than that, Shraddha. When a person says, you are the first person who is thinking about us, you are not here to sell insurance to us. I cannot give you any words. It's so fulfillment.
What I've been told is that you raised a pre-series A
Right.
round of $1 million. What are the plans? Do you plan to raise more capital soon?
Yeah. So, Shraddha, of course, because it's a long journey which we have to travel, right? And we have to touch millions and millions of people last mile from tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 towns of India as well, right? So we would be raising quality capital. Pretty soon you will see a very good announcement happening in next 72 hours from us. We have recently closed a round, but since I cannot disclose the name right now, but very good people have come together, believed in what we are trying to do, and they are supporting us in this journey. But I'm committing you one thing: you will be the first person in next 72 hours to know about that.
What's the big dream? What's the big vision? Because KK, you have taken the leap, and I can see how you're enjoying. And the thing that has come across throughout the interview is you're talking about impact, and I feel it when you say impact, that you genuinely want to create impact. Now, tell me, what's the big, audacious dream that you are dreaming and living with your startup?
So the first thing is that how can we improve the persistency rate, which is hovering around 55%? Can we take it to 60% in next 24 months so that millions of people don't lose their money? That's the first thing. Second, the penetration of insurance, which is still below 3.5% of India's GDP, and the density of insurance, which is very, very pathetic. How can I contribute even 1% basis point in next 24 months? In terms of quantification of numbers, by March 2021, our target is to have 1 million registered policyholders on Insurpace who have been experiencing value back on Insurpace. Again, I reiterate, in this life, we are never going to sell insurance to you, nor are going to sell your data to anyone, right? And in next 2020, by 2022, 23, maximum by 24, right? We are having an internal aspiration to be the fastest billion-dollar company with an impact of more than 10 million users in India. That's the journey which we want to travel.